I'm interested to know, and I try to come up with questions that are specific to each school.
Right.
How do you train when you talk to other schools and other just fans around the parish? They all say North Shore's got that talent, man. But how do you finally transfer that talent into win and translate it into a significant amount of wins? Or is that something that
No,
every coach still tries to figure out?
I look. I agree with you, and I think this year, we probably have, um, I think, a little bit more talent than we've had in the past. That we've had up till last year had zero first team all district players for 4 years. Not one. Last year we had three. One of them decided he wants to go down to the city, so we don't have him anymore. Um, so I got one kid that's returns that was a first team all district player, and that's Cole Cavella. I think this year we could have, possibly six kids or so that make first team all district. If that happens, I should win more football games. I, I'll tell you, and I'll tell everybody this, and I probably believe it more as I've gotten older. Coaching's a little bit overrated sometimes. The coaches that pat themselves on the back about how great they are, you give me more talent, you have an opportunity to win more football games. And I think this year we have more talent. I think we've got kids that matured. I think we got two cornerbacks that can play. One's committed to Army West Point. One, if he's a little bit bigger, he's committed to any way he wants. And Mikel Harvey, you got a free safety is going to Northwestern, who's a great human being and a really good football player. I think Jeremiah McDonald has a chance to be the defensive MVP this year. I was going to put him up last year, and he didn't even make first team all district, which I thought was a travesty last year. That he was good enough. He had 6 picks last year. He had, he's going to impact player this year. Defensively is our strength, and I think that if we can stop people like I think we can, even losing, possibly our best defensive player, I still think defensively we're going to be better than we have been. I think this could be one of the best defenses we've had. And when I had Falk back in 2008, we had a pretty stout defense. We've had, and we were pretty good that year. But I had 8 first team all district players that year, 8, and we won. Probably had the best record at North Shore, in a long, long time. So I think the talent this year is there. We got a bunch of juniors that are going to be starting for us, and our senior class is not real big. We have, I think, 15 seniors. Not real big, but I think the seniors we do have, or we have some that are pretty talented. Got a quarterback that's a 3 year, gonna be a 3 year starter in Walter Harris. Um, I think the way to answer your question, the way we transfer that into wins is those kids have to make more plays. They have to make more plays than they made last year.
Pretty cut and dry, huh?
They have to make more plays. We need a big interception and run back for a touchdown. We need Walter to throw that key touchdown pass or to run that. We need breaks. Look, Dave, I'll tell you, I'll tell everybody. I told any other interviews that I've done. Our district is tough. I think we have a potential to be better, but everybody in our district, look, we start off with Zachary. 2 years ago they won a state championship. Last year they make it to the semifinals. They're stout. We got Biloxi, we got Salmon. Our pre-district is tough. Then you start off with St. Paul's. It doesn't get any easier. For us to win, it's not like, okay, we're gonna win this year because we have more talent than the other teams. I wouldn't tell you that we have more talent than other teams this year that we're going to play. The kids that we have to step up and make plays this year. That's the bottom line. That's what's going to transfer. I think I got a great coaching staff. I think I think we do as good as anybody is preparing our kids to get ready for a game. I think if you ask other teams that in our district that we've played, is North Shore prepared when they play y'all? I would tell you that I think the majority of them would say yes. The difference this year for us to transfer that to wins is those kids that we're relying on have to make plays, and we got to get some breaks. That's the bottom line. We have to make plays.
I want to talk a little bit about the offense before we talk a little bit about the defense.
Yeah.
Walter, from sophomore year to now, what changes, besides the physical changes of just growing up?
Yes.
What have you seen where, wow, this is not the same kid in a positive way that was the sophomore quarterback for us?
Maturity. I mean, 100% maturity on learning on learning the offense and running the offense that we're running. We do a lot of zone read stuff that he has to make decisions, quick decisions, and his decision making is a lot better. He's not, he's not a selfish player. He's spreading it around more. And I think what I've learned, and I think Walter too, because I coach some quarterbacks too, and I'm the offensive coordinator. And I've learned with Walt is, and I think Walt's learning this, is I think he now knows his limitations. He knows what he does good, and he knows what he don't do real good sometimes. The things that he doesn't do real good, we're trying to get better. But the things that he's doing good, he knows his limitations. I think he knows what his strengths are to get him to make plays. And I think the difference you'll see with Walt this year is that Walter has to be able to run the football more this year. He has to be more of a physical quarterback this year than he's ever been. Walter, to me, at times throws the ball extremely well, and at times throws the ball not so well. But I think he knows that his strength is probably running the football. I think that he has to kind of play to those strengths. And Walter's an extremely smart player. And I think that's probably, it's just learning the offense. And he's got 2 years of experience on his belt. I just think that's the biggest thing is, he's not going to panic in tough situations. He's shown that at practice so far. He's making better decisions. He's making decisions on not to throw that ball because it's going to get picked. He knows that he can't make that throw. Well, he knows now he can make that throw. And I think that's probably the biggest difference with Walter. It's just he's mature. He's mature.